Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Alana here from the Fancy Navajo. I hope you guys are all doing well and you guys enjoyed the last video about succulent propagation. If you missed it, definitely go check it out. It was a lot of fun. Today we are back here in my kitchen and today I'll be showing you guys how to make my most favorite coffee drink in the world, which is an iced cinnamon Dolce Latte. It is so delicious, so if you love cinnamon and you love coffee, this is the recipe for you. And it's super simple, and I'll be showing you guys how to make your own cinnamon dulce syrup, which will transform any simple coffee into a fancy coffee drink. And as always, the full recipe will be on thefancynavajo.com, which is linked down below. And if you guys want to be friends, feel free to follow me on all my social media channels at The Fancy Navajo on Instagram and at The Fancy Navajo blog on Facebook. I am a little bit more active on my Instagram. I love sharing what I'm cooking in my Instagram stories, so if you want to join in on that, definitely give me a follow below and make sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. If you guys can't tell already, I love coffee, hence this shirt. I bought this a couple of weeks ago from a cute little Etsy shop, which I'll link down below for you guys as well. But I love coffee. It's one of my most favorite drinks ever. My favorite coffee in the world is New Mexico Pinon coffee. It is delicious, but today we're actually going to be using a Cafe Bustelo because we're going to make an espresso drink, and we're actually going to be using this machine right here to make it. So let's get started. The ingredients you'll need for this recipe are simple. You probably already have these in your pantry. You're going to need 3 cinnamon sticks, half a tablespoon of vanilla, half a cup of brown sugar, half a cup of white sugar, and 1 cup of water. And if you don't have cinnamon sticks, you can substitute with ground cinnamon. You'll also need a small saucepan, measuring cups and spoons, and a whisk. So you're going to start with adding in your half a cup of sugars. So this is the white sugar right here. And then you're going to also add in your half a cup of brown sugar. And if you want to, you can substitute this with non-sugar alternatives as well. And next we're going to be adding our half a tablespoon of pure vanilla extract as well as half a cup of our water. And then next we're going to take our fancy gold whisk and we're going to make sure all of the sugars and ingredients are well combined. And once our ingredients are all combined, we're going to add in our cinnamon sticks. I love how pretty cinnamon sticks look and they smell wonderful. Then on a medium heat, we're going to let it boil for about 5 to 8 minutes. And while we're waiting for this to get ready, I'm going to go ahead and start getting my almond milk ready. I do have a recipe on thefancynavajo.com. And we're just going to wait for the mixture to get a syrupy consistency, and then we're going to let it cool. And while we're letting our syrup cool, we are going to get our espresso started. So here I'm just using my old trusty espresso maker, nothing too fancy. I love it, and I'm just using some Cafe Bustelo, and we're just going to lightly fill it with some yummy espresso powder. And I can't wait to get this brewing. It looks so beautiful when it's brewing, and it smells so wonderfully delicious. And if you don't have an espresso maker, feel free to use regular coffee or instant espresso. I like using this espresso maker because it doesn't take up any counter space and it makes me feel like a fancy barista. Don't you just love the smell of fresh coffee brewing? One of my favorite ways to start my day is by brewing my favorite coffee and taking in all the smells. It's so peaceful and calming. So now that the syrup has cooled, I'm going to transfer it into a glass container. I just used an old jam jar, and this will keep in the refrigerator for up to 1 to 2 weeks, and it looks so pretty. I love the golden brown color. Alrighty, now to the fun part of assembling our iced cinnamon dulce latte. We have our beautiful syrup that we just created, and I'm just going to spoon in a few teaspoonfuls of the syrup, just enough so that it flavors the coffee, and you can add as little or as much as you want here. I like to do a little, not too a lot. I'm not big of a sweet tooth, and we're going to add in that creamy almond milk that we made earlier. And I'm going to fill the milk about halfway, and then I'm going to pour in the espresso, and again I'm doing like a half and half ratio, and I just love when coffee and milk combine. It's so pretty. I love when the colors combine, and we're going to top it off with a little bit more of that cinnamon dulce syrup. Yum! And of course the finishing touch is adding in a few pinches of some ground cinnamon, and we are done. Alrighty, and there you have it, your very own fancy iced cinnamon dulce latte. It looks so delicious and refreshing. I just love the combinations of flavors of sweet cinnamon and espresso. I'm so happy to share this recipe with you. For the full recipe, head on over to thefancynavajo.com and enjoy! And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm having so much fun making all of these videos for you. And if you do make this recipe, feel free to tag me on Instagram at thefancynavajo. And for more recipes and lifestyle tips, head on over to thefancynavajo.com. Guys, take care and bye!